This fellow has used the NCRS bully pulpit to attack my company. 35 years ago in 1985, Mr. F McCagh claims an event occurred at Carlisle event in Pennsylvania. 27 years later, in 2012, upon the NCRS chat room, he's still so traumatized he published the following. Quote, I've been biting my tongue since this thread started. I can no longer restrain myself. I would not get out of the electric chair to place an order with the pseudo-doc. My first and last verbal interaction with him was at Carlisle in about 1985. Left me with a bad taste. Rudeness personified. Seek parts elsewhere. I was amazed. Sent him a registered letter and included a return receipt stamped envelope. You can read the entire letter in the description below. It basically stated that if he would explain the reason for his animosity, then I would apologize. Surprisingly, he returned the actual letter with 3 words. I forgive you. That was it. No explanation was provided. 8 years later, in 2020, he's still not forgiven and continued to repeat his nebulous bitterness that is still as vague as San Francisco fog. Quote, drama from Mr. Rebuilders, putting it mildly. Only had direct face-to-face contact with him at Carlisle years ago, and he was rude. 2022, just last week, Mr. McCagh again uses the NCRS bully pulpit to slur someone else, calling him a Peckerhead. Do you suppose he was warned, censured, or banned? Nah. Apparently there are rules for thee, but not for he. After 3.5 decades, I doubt he'll ever man up. If he did, some may laugh at his now 35-year-old grudge. It's so trivial that even he cannot repeat it. Perhaps he's seeking vengeance for my lack of support for his religious cult, the NCRS. It truly has many features of a cult, and I'm a heretic and apostate to the NCRS Bishop McCagh. Perhaps he's protecting Jules Page, NCRS number, who knows?